Hi, my name is Chris Luck. I am the founder of Alphapreneur.com, which is the fastest growing online community for entrepreneurs in the world that will help you get the results you truly want in your life. Now, if you're not yet a member of Alphapreneur, you can just go to Alphapreneur.com and check it out. And what we're doing today, and this is Alphapreneur.com if you go take a look at it, and you can just put in your email address and then try it out and see if it's for you. So what we're talking about today is the One Funnel Away Challenge. And this is a challenge that a friend of mine, Russell, is putting on. And we're actually on day 24 of this One Funnel Away Challenge. And this is a challenge where I'm going through and building out a new funnel from scratch. And there's a lot of entrepreneurs that are inside of Alphapreneur that are also going through the challenge. So I thought it'd be kind of fun just to do this in full transparency. And then like every day Russell finishes going live for the day of the challenge, then I'll go live 2 hours later and then share my notes and feedback and kind of fill in the gaps where gaps need to be filled in. So that's what this video is about day 24. So just to show you inside of Alphapreneur, so once you, if you're not a member and you just kind of randomly found this video, you can go to alphapreneur.com and sign up. And this is kind of what Alphapreneur is. So what we're going to do is come down, and on the left-hand side, you can see there's a section called Challenges. And today specifically, we're talking about the One Funnel Away Challenge, also known as the OFA Challenge. So going to that, this is where that challenge sits inside of Alphapreneur. And you can see all of the previous days are here. And I've actually taken all the videos and the recordings of all my previous live streams I've done. And by the way, yes, we are live. And all the live streams that we've done, and they're all here with all of my notes. So today is going to be on day 24, which today is all about running ads. So if we go into day 24, this is where you're going to be able to see in Alphapreneur. You can watch the replay of this video if you'd like. And just to really get into it, I'm going to start off by sharing a image with you, which is an image that was actually shared in the one pager that we got today, which it's actually, let's see if I can zoom, trying to see if I can maybe, there we go. Trying to make it where you can see the whole image. It's kind of hard to show you the full image. But anyway, you'll get the idea, which is crazy for those of you that showed up live to watch this. You're going to notice that a lot of the analogies that were actually used today live were analogies that I was the exact analogies I was using yesterday myself on the YouTube live stream about fly fishing and trout and using bait and all that kind of stuff, which was really freaked me out. That's quite a coincidence. But anyway, besides the fact, you can see pretty much getting into running ads. Before you start running ads, you really want to just throw a lot of stuff out there on social media and find out what people are going to bite at. So think about if you're fishing and you're using, every time you do a post that's like putting new bait in the water with a new hook, you want to find out kind of what bait people are biting on. And then once you land, something where you have something that is getting good engagement, then you can really kind of own it and then turn that into an ad. And then for the rest of the kind of doodle that was here, they were talking about making an ad, but we're not going to get in all this right now. I might come back to this doodle. It's sitting there inside of Alphapreneur for you if you want it. But what is really important is that we just go through my notes for today. So the one-pager link is going to be sitting there if you want to go through the one-pager link. And we'll take a look at that here in a minute as well. But I've got a lot of notes. So I just want to get right into it. And actually, before we get into it, I just want to do a big shout out to all the members that are here live. If you are a member of Alphapreneur and you have anything you want to share to the world about what you think of Alphapreneur, feel free to type it in the live chat. And then I will just kind of display it randomly throughout today's live stream just to thank you and really kind of put you on the podium with me to just thank you for being a member. And if you are watching the recording of this and you're on YouTube and you've noticed that the live chat is disabled, the reason the live chat is disabled is because I only have the live chat enabled for people that take time to show up to the live stream. So if you're not yet a member of Alphapreneur, you can sign up to go to alphapreneur.com, sign up. You'll get notifications when I send out emails when I go live, so you're not going to miss when I go live, so you can jump on with all the other members that are here in the live chat, because the live chat's on fire right now. If you're, again, watching the replay of this, you can't see it. But first, again, let me just do a big shout out to the members that are here. Steve says, member of Alphapreneur right here. Thank you, Jedi Master Marketer. Thank you, Steve, for saying that. Sven is a member. We have Gary Frazier is a happy member. We have Magnus is a member. We have Pay is a member. So thank you all again. For those of you that are taking time to write things in the live chat, I will pull up your messages as they come through. But let's just go ahead and get into my notes. So for today, Today was really the last day talking about traffic, which is crazy because they really went through it really quick about in the one funnel way challenge. Like, okay, you build your funnel. Well, now that you got your funnel, you need to get traffic, and here's how you get traffic, and let's move on. So it was super fast. So I wanted to take a lot of notes to really kind of slow things down a little bit for you. So you can really kind of just grasp what was talked about today, and then talk about where you can go to kind of get more information and a deeper dive about what was said. So with today being the last day of talking about traffic, they started off by recapping. This was Rachel that talked today on the live stream. Yesterday, she just recapped that we talked about pixels, creating a pixel, one pixel, and then creating events off of that pixel. Now, a pixel, just so you know, is going to be code that you put on pages that people visit on your website that you want to track. So let's say you have a funnel and you have a page where it's like your offer, where you're showing off what it is you're trying to sell. You can put people in a bucket that visit that page, but then let's say don't buy, or people that go and buy. You can put your buyers into an event. So you can create all these different buckets and events inside of Facebook. And Facebook is going to give you this pixel code, so that way you can just put them on your Facebook pages, your pages in your funnel, and track them. So once your pixel is placed on your pages, you can create, like I mentioned, events in Facebook. And the events are how you place people into buckets based off their actions. So I just want to share some events that I create. So events I always create on anything that I do online in my own personal businesses is I have an event for what I call page engagers, which are people that engage on any of my posts on my Facebook page. So I have one kind of bucket for them. I have another bucket for website visitors, people that visit just my website, alphapreneur.com. So if you visit alphapreneur.com, I know you visited, and then if you, let's say, never sign up, then I could run ads and let you know all the benefits and what you're missing out on and why are you waiting around. And then we also have another event that I do called cart abandoners. So this is people that get to where they saw the offer, they got to check out, but then they left for whatever reason. Maybe their cat jumped on the keyboard and exited out, or maybe they had to go pick up their kids from school or whatever. A lot of you've probably done this before, where you went and tried to check out, but you didn't finish checking out. Well, you can put people into events that do that and then target them and run ads to them based off of that. And then also I like to create events which are my paying customers, because once someone's a paying customer, then you can basically, as long as they're in an event on Facebook, you can then tell Facebook to go find other people that are like those people, which is pretty powerful. Now, it's generally said that people will have to engage with you about 5 times before buying, which I find to be kind of true. That's really, I don't know how people really can track that. That's just a thing people say, and that's something that was said today. So I just wanted to throw it in there in my notes so you would have it. Now, you should always, and this is where it was funny because I talked about this yesterday and then it was used a lot today for an analogy, was you should always think about publishing anything on the internet, like publishing your content like fishing. So the more content that you publish, the more bait you put in front of your audience. And another part of that is you could say, like, the more content you publish is like having more hooks in the water or more lines in the water, however you want to do it. But you want to keep fishing until your audience until you see what your audience engages with the most, which is like biting the bait. And then you want to take that bait and then put some money behind it. And what I recommend, and they didn't talk about this today, but this is just what I recommend, is to, hang on, I think I got to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Part of one of the benefits of going live. But anyway, once you have something that people are engaging with, you can put some money behind it. And I recommend doing like $5 for 5 days. So that's only like $1 a day just to boost it on Facebook, to get it more in front of the right people. So with that being said, I wanted to lead into talking about, like, when you run ads on Facebook, some things to keep in mind. So, by the way, is all this making sense so far? If it is, I just want to kind of pause and then do a kind of a check with all of you to make sure it's all making sense. And then let's go ahead and see if anyone else here is in the live chat that is saying they are a member. David says member, and glad I'm here. Thank you so much for being here, David. Sue, thank you very much for taking the time to write all that in a chat. In the live chat, Sue says Chris is the real deal. He's genuinely committed to helping entrepreneurs, not just here to make money on us and sell us stuff. My investment in Alphapreneur is the best money and time I've ever spent. Thank you so much, Sue. That really makes me, thankful and really kind of grateful to be here for all of you. Did the sound volume just jump on anyone else? Let me know if it did. It looks like we should be okay though from my end. Maybe I'm too loud. I don't know. But looks like it's making sense to everybody, which that's what I just want to make sure of. So I love the fishing analogy. It makes sense. Bless you. Thank you. All right. So going back to my notes. So once you imagine you have a Facebook page, and imagine you posted just a bunch of stuff on your Facebook page, and you're posting like 3, maybe 10 times a day. They mentioned maybe post 3 times a day. I like to do maybe like 10 times a day. If you're going to do this, you might as well go all in. And when you're posting that much, then when you start seeing things that are working, well, then now it's time to turn stuff into ads. So then what they did was they talked about just kind of creating an ad and what that looks like. So when you want to create an ad on Facebook, you have to do what's called create a campaign. So that's like telling Facebook, like, hey, Facebook, I want to create some ads. So it's like, okay, let's create a campaign. So then when you create a campaign, you tell Facebook like what it is that you want to measure. And what they talk about in this challenge is you want to run what's called a conversion campaign. Now there's a lot of different campaigns you can run in Facebook, but for this specifically, they just talked about only a conversion campaign, which I actually agree with. Then with your campaign, you want to track your leads as a conversion metric. And this is, she went really quick on this, but I just want to kind of slow down for a second and make sure you understand this. So most people, when they create a conversion campaign on Facebook, or if they hear about to create a conversion campaign on Facebook, they create it to where you're trying to tell Facebook, I only want you to track sales. Like when someone buys my thing, then track that as a conversion. But here's the problem with that. If you do it like that, you need to have a really, really big budget, because your goal is, and this is across the board, when you run a conversion campaign, your goal is to get at least 50 leads per week. Or 50 conversions, per week. Because if you're not getting at least 50, then Facebook doesn't have enough data to really dial in the targeting and help you out to basically do a better job for you, because Facebook is essentially working for you. So again, the reason for this is because Facebook wants to see at least 50 conversions a week to do their job. Now, it's going to be easier and faster to optimize based off the number of leads rather than the number of sales. So this is almost kind of like a little hack. So you create a conversion campaign, but instead of tracking and telling Facebook track sales, you want to track when someone just puts in their email address first, because then you're seeing conversions, and then people are putting in their email. At least you know you're in the right direction with the right audience. So it's a great kind of hack for people who are just getting started. Now, once you create your campaign, the next thing you want to do is set up your ad set. So think of it, this is like I don't know if she used an analogy as like a birthday cake, but think of it as like layers, right? So when you create your campaign, like your campaign is like your top layer. Then your ad set's going to be your second layer. And then below your ad set is going to be your creative. So again, campaign is your first layer, then your ad set, and then it's going to be your creative. All right. So knowing that, when you create your ad set, first off, if you're wondering like, well, what do you do whenever you're doing the ad set in Facebook? Your ad set is basically telling Facebook who do you want to see your ads. So this is where you can say, I want people that are between ages of 18 and 55 that like a certain person or like a certain interest, that live in these certain countries. That's where you set all that up, is in your ad set. And then when you create your ad set, the next thing you do is create your creative. And then for your creative, that's just really the look of your ad. So are you going to do a video, or are you going to do a post? Or are you going to just take one of your existing posts that you already did on your page that is getting a lot of engagement? Are you just going to use that as your creative, which is what I recommend, and probably what they should have said to recommend as well, because it's kind of where all this is going, is you're putting a lot of posts out on Facebook, and then you're trying to see what's really working, and then you're turning those into ads. So those are your posts, that your organic posts are your creatives. Then for all of the work, you need to create content. For all of this to just really work for you, you need to create content in ads consistently. And you always want to post every single day. You always want to be showing up and always be in front of your industry. And then a really fun story is that Rachel shared a story of a guy that she knew that actually made wreaths, like wreaths you would put on like the front of your door for your house or your apartment or wherever. And he sold these wreaths on Etsy. Now, he was making $20,000 a year before he started doing social media and doing all this stuff and posting every day and turning posts into ads and all that. So Rachel told him to start posting every single day and always just show up and show off his work on social media. So he did that, and then yesterday he just passed $68,000 in collected sales in a single day. So if you want big results, you need to just show up every day on social media. And I know that can be a little bit of a grind, and I know that can be a little bit, might sound a little daunting at first, especially if you're just getting started. But here's the thing. You need to be obsessed with what it is that you do. If you are not obsessed with what it is that you're doing and you are dreading turning on your computer and going to Facebook and then making even a single post, much less 3 or much less, God forbid, you do 10 posts, right? Then you need to just check yourself and you realize you're probably in the wrong industry, or you're probably selling the wrong thing, or you're probably in the wrong business, or you're building the wrong brand. You need, that's like a warning sign, a big warning sign. If you're not excited to go on social media to just post all day long, and then know you're going to, like, the posting you're going to be doing all day is actually going to be paying you and putting money in your pocket eventually, then and if that doesn't fire you up and that doesn't excite you, then you gotta go back in time and reset your mind about, like, okay, what is it you really want to do? So, like, for instance, right now, I'm not doing hardly anything on social media, and that's because I'm spending all of my time on YouTube. The reason I'm spending all of my time on YouTube is because what I'm doing right now, this is my obsession. This is what I love to do. I like to be able to, I've been building, for those of you who don't know me, I've been building businesses myself for 22 years online as an entrepreneur, working for myself, doing my own thing. And I live in the Midwest. I don't have this extravagant life or anything, but I've been living very comfortably for a very long time off of just building my own stuff. And along the way, I've learned a lot of stuff to where now it's like I can take what I know and then go live on YouTube and teach and help people live and basically share all of my secrets with you that people would normally charge like thousands of dollars for, and shove it in a course or shove it in a webinar and just tell you a little bit and then try to sell you a course so they can make money just selling you information. Well, I think, all information should be free. So my whole thing is instead of just being on Facebook, my platform or my vehicle or my delivery is on YouTube, because I know people are searching for a lot of stuff on YouTube that I can be in front of them and help them, and not teach them a little bit on YouTube and then say, hey, go buy my course. I'm just going to be in front of people all the time on YouTube and then teach everything I know to help them in every possible way that I can personally. And then my whole thing is that, okay, if you like everything that you just saw on YouTube, then you should go check out Alphapreneur, which is the fastest growing online community now for entrepreneurs based off of what it is that I'm doing. So we basically, inside of Alphapreneur, we take what I'm teaching you on YouTube and we go deeper for you specifically. So anyway, that's kind of like, that's my obsession, as you can tell. Like, I could talk about this stuff all day long because I'm obsessed with it. So you need to think about, when you're going through this One Funnel Away challenge, like, what is your obsession? Like, what you're building right now, are you losing sleep over it? Like, is it hard for you to go to bed at night because you don't want to be in bed? You want to be at your computer posting on social media, even if you're not getting paid. You just want to be posting on social media, helping people all hours of the day and night. Do you want to do that? And if not, well, then you need to reevaluate what it is that you're doing. So those are my notes for today, and that's kind of my little rant that I had to do for you here in this One Funnel Away challenge, because we are on, here, I got to check, I don't remember what day we're on, day 24. So we're almost done with this challenge, and I have a feeling probably the rest of this challenge is going to be Russell leading people into like pitching other things and pitching more coaching and all that kind of stuff that you can get, because that's his business, which, best of luck to him. But for you, this is at the point where the people that are left right now on day 24, they are either obsessed and they're ready to like take it to the next level, or they're completely lost, confused, and they're not obsessed and they don't know what's wrong, and they feel like it's them that is the problem, and that's not the case. You're going down, you're in the wrong lane. You got to get out of the lane that you're in right now and jump in a different lane where it's something that you're more passionate about. So that's what I've got for you today. And let me go ahead and take a look here at the live chat. For those of you that are here live, if you have any questions, the live chat is enabled because you're all talking and chatting on the live chat. So if you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the live chat right now, and I will do my best to answer all the questions that we have live. And then whenever I don't see any more questions coming in, then we're just going to call it a day, and then I'll be back here same time, same place tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. And again, if you just found this randomly on YouTube, 2 ways you can know about going live. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, because again, all my content, all my training and everything's always free all the time. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can turn on notifications, you can show up live and just chat with me and have fun in the live chat and see all the other members in the live chat. Or if you join Alphapreneur by going to alphapreneur.com, then you can sign up there, and then you also get emails from me directly, because I'm also moving forward with live streams. I'm going to have a lot of recommended resource and kind of resources and tools and additional links that I'm going to only give to members of Alphapreneur that kind of complement my live stream. So there's a lot of big benefit to joining Alphapreneur aside from just being a part of a private community. So let's go ahead and take a look here. And Gary says, need an auto poster to schedule Facebook ads. Yeah, if you need an auto poster to schedule Facebook ads, Gary, what I recommend is actually later.com, because I saw someone else mention too, Sid Frazier in the live chat said, I'm not using Facebook any longer. And yeah, the only reason I use Facebook is I like to go on Facebook and upload videos and pictures of my family. So Facebook says 15 years ago, here's what you did today. That's like the only thing that I use Facebook for. But even though you might not use Facebook for business, your customers or your perfect customers and your potential customers, they are on Facebook, whether you want to be on Facebook or not. So if you don't want to be on Facebook, something you can do. And yeah, I see Gary. Gary says, correction, he wants an auto poster to schedule Facebook posts, not Facebook ads. So this is what you want. There's a lot of different platforms out there, but again, I've been doing this for a long time and I've tried just about everything. So whenever I recommend a resource to you on inside of Alphapreneur or publicly on the YouTube channel, it's always going to be a tested resource that I use like religiously. Okay. So this is one that I use. It's called Later. You can just go to later.com. And even though it says the world's favorite Instagram marketing platform, what this does, and you can kind of see here on the top right, it's like a calendar. It's a web app, so you can use it on any computer, any device. But what's cool is that you can like connect it to your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Pinterest, any other social platforms you have, and then you can write your posts ahead of time and then up and put everything into Later, to where you never personally log into Facebook. You just log into Later, and then you put all your posts in there, connect it to your social profiles, and it will automatically post for you when you want it to post, which is really cool. And I know Facebook has a thing where you can schedule posts for Later and all that, but for people that just don't want to be on Facebook for any reason at all, because you don't want to be in their whole world and ecosystem and under the Mark Zuckerberg, umbrella, you don't have to. You could use tools like this and schedule everything. So you get to use the power of Facebook to build your business and build your brand, but you don't have to be on the platform. Kat says, good notes. Thank you for more clarity. You are very welcome, Kat. Sven says, I totally agree with you, Chris. YouTube sounds great. Facebook has closed down 8 advertising accounts and 2 business accounts, despite the fact that I have followed Facebook's guidelines. Yeah, that kind of stuff is terrifying. But it's kind of like when you start building your business and playing the game on rented land, which is like things that you don't own, stuff like that's going to happen, but that's going to happen with any business. That's not, you always hear all the horror stories, kind of the horror story you just mentioned, that all this stuff gets shut down, but that can happen anywhere. So that could happen like tomorrow, my YouTube channel could get shut down, but it's just a risk you got to take. So usually where there's risks, there's rewards. Looks like in the chat, you all that are here live are sharing resources with each other. Sid says lots of other social media platforms besides Facebook. I agree. For instance, YouTube, it's not necessarily, well, I guess it could be a social media platform, but for me and what I'm doing and my training and everything I'm all in on YouTube. And yeah, like down the road, I may take some of these live streams and then like just duplicate them and post them on my Facebook page, just letting people that might follow Alphapreneur on Facebook to just know that, hey, this new video was just posted on YouTube. But I will bring them over to YouTube though, because that's where I want to spend my time. And it's going to be different for everybody. Like if the guy that's doing wreaths, right, that went from $20,000 a year to $68,000 in one day, I mean, sure, he's could be doing stuff on Facebook, but he could probably have more success probably being on something like Instagram or Pinterest, where people are actually looking for wreath ideas and stuff like that. Where, I always look at Facebook as like you're interrupting your audience. You're interrupting somebody because they're on Facebook just trying to like do whatever it is that they do on Facebook. And you're like, hey, stop, wait, I got this thing. You should buy it. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't like to create ads around that. That's why me personally, I'm not on Facebook. And the whole reason I'm even talking about Facebook today is just because that was what today's One Funnel Away challenge was all about. And the topic was Facebook. So, I'm just following along in the challenge with all of you. Steve's got a good question. What do you believe is the easiest funnel for beginners to start with? It really depends on what it is that you're selling. Or what's your goal? Like, what's your goal? What kind of results do you want to get? Like, is there a product you want to sell? I mean, this question needs to be like, this is a good question, but we need some more depth to it. So I imagine you just like threw an onion at me, not literally, but like an onion, and I'm looking at the onion, but I need to like peel back the layers of the onion to kind of see like what more depth do you have to this question, so I can answer it properly. So if you can be a little more specific, Steve, I'll circle back around if you can be more specific with what it is you're wanting to do, maybe what industry you want to go into, and then I can absolutely 110% recommend a funnel for you that you should build that's the easiest. Sven says, have you tried FP traffic for $7 a month, scheduled posts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? No, I just I haven't tried that one, but I've tried a lot of platforms, a lot of the bigger ones, and Later is by far like the best I've ever used, like period. So I have not. Gary says, forgot I had an account on Later from one of your earlier teachings. Thanks for the reminder. You're welcome, Gary. I'm the same way. I sign up I spend thousands of dollars a month on just all like every kind of software platform and tool and service and whatever that is going to help an entrepreneur. And I do it because I want to study and really figure out what's the best in each category. So like what's the world, the best in class, right? For each category. So I have to buy all this stuff. And sometimes I forget to cancel the subscriptions, but I leave them. And when I see them come through on my, on billing statements and everything, and when I'm looking at P&Ls and all that, I don't cancel them because I know I'm going to have to probably circle back around at some point. And when someone wants me to give them a tour on how to do something, I need to do it. And I've got a bazillion, that's a real number, bazillion videos that I plan on creating on YouTube with live streams. And they're all using these tools that right now I forgot I have, but I know I'm going to come back around to them. So Fitor says, is that Pinterest training out yet for members in Alphapreneur? No, I'm just trying to get through this One Funnel Away challenge, and then all the trainings I mentioned in the past that I plan on doing. I didn't know what kind of format I was going to do trainings that I told members in Alphapreneur I was going to do, but now that I've been doing this challenge, I know for a fact every single day, instead of trying to do because I was thinking about doing like multi-day courses that are just free and doing them on YouTube, but then that was getting confusing on planning and then getting confusing on like what people want to know when. So then after doing this live stream and just going live every day for like an hour on YouTube during this One Funnel Away challenge, I've decided I'm just going to take my spreadsheet of all the things I want to teach and just every day literally go live on YouTube and teach something that would essentially be like a mini course, all compacted into just 1 hour, that is just showing you all the main things you need to know about how to do certain things with just helping you get results in your life as an entrepreneur. So some days will be showing you strategies about Pinterest. Some things will be about organic marketing. Some things will be about paid traffic. Some things will be about growth hacking. Some things will be about more mindset and just not using a tool at all, but just kind of going through in ways to kind of shift your way of thinking. So lot of stuff coming once we're through this 30-day challenge. I'll tell you, my YouTube is going to be on fire with daily live streams I'm going to be doing for all this stuff. So Pinterest is coming in the form of one of those live streams. Pay says, do you have an article regarding Pixel within Alphapreneur? No, I don't, but I'm glad you asked this because Gary, thank you for sharing this. Gary Frazier is here, and So regarding pixels within Alphapreneur, if you want, assuming we're on topic with the One Funnel Away challenge, if you go into the OFA challenge inside of Alphapreneur and you go to day 24 and you scroll down to the comments, Gary said, "Did you catch this link to OFA additional training?" And he posted a link about frequently asked questions and tutorials, and it was a killer resource. I missed it. So you can click on the link and it'll take you so you can go see what it is. So that link is inside of Alphapreneur. So this link is like a secret page I've never seen before. It's going to give you all kinds of stuff like registering domains, acquiring a personalized email, setting up your marketing delivery through SMTP, pretty much like tutorials on how to do all the stuff you need to do through the OFA challenge. And there was one thing in here, Facebook pixel installation walkthrough. So there's a whole video about that. So really powerful stuff. So that's where you can go to get it pay. Just go into Alphapreneur, go to the OFA challenge, day 24, and then you'll see the link that Gary shared with all of us. Steve said MLM funnel and nutritional product funnel. So assuming you are doing, let's say nutritional, this is when I talked about you throwing me an onion and we got to peel back the layers. This is like the first layer, peeling back the onion, following up to your question. So your question was about what's the easiest funnel to build. And you mentioned an MLM and nutritional product funnel. It's funny you even just mentioned that right now, because I saw on the link, which if you go into Alphapreneur in the community, you go to the OFA challenge, day 24, you scroll to the bottom, you go to the comments, you go to Gary's comment where he posts a link for us. You go to that link, and at the very bottom, there's actually a whole video about MLM offer creation. And I watched some of these videos and I was like, wow, those are really good videos. And you need to watch some of these videos. And for an MLM funnel, there's actually a lot of really good just to be totally transparent, I have not personally have ever been in the MLM business. So there's a lot probably to learn with the MLM business. I don't know anything about, but I do know there's a lot of videos like on this page and in the ClickFunnels community that is all MLM based. So I would recommend between an MLM funnel and nutritional product funnel, do an MLM funnel for the easiest funnel. That was your question, the easiest funnel. Now, the most lucrative and the funnel that's going to make you the most money definitely would be a nutritional product funnel, being it's your own product or your own white labeled product or private label product that you're doing. Because when you actually are selling your own product, there's actually more margins and all that kind of stuff. But then there also comes with like more headaches, like customer support, shipping, refunds, returns, all that kind of stuff. So your question was, what's the easiest funnel? My answer is the MLM funnel. So, good question. All right. I'm just sorry. I clicked something on my software and it confused me. Marvin says, if I want to send a message for your eyes only, where do I send it? Inside of Alphapreneur. You can DM me in there. Biz for Creatives. Liz says, if you want to recover ad buy, build leads, and upselling highest offer. I'm trying to decipher your question here. If you want to recover ad buy, build leads, and upselling highest offer. I don't know if that's a question. It sounds like a statement. Because if you're spending money on advertising, if you're collecting leads, then when you're offering like order bumps and one-time offers and like you have multiple one-time offers and upsells and downsells and all that definitely does recover your ad buy. And then the front end product that you're actually selling for like $7, that's like a self-liquidating offer or SLO, and that kind of stuff all helps recover your ad buys. Cass says, are you going to complete the brand ambassador training within Alphapreneur? So that training came to a part where it was a very good place for me to stop it, which with the last part was creating your brand ambassador website. And then what I'm going to do is my first kind of wave of live streams I'm going to be doing once this One Funnel Away challenge is over is showing you, like, it's pretty much going to be the remainder of that the training that I had mapped out. Because I in the past, I'm never going to make this mistake again, but in the past, I've always made this mistake where I would create, let's say if I'm going to create a course, and by the way, all this stuff is free in Alphapreneur. Like there's not other things that I'm selling. It's just you join Alphapreneur, it's all in there. But there was this course that I created inside of Alphapreneur called just how to be a brand ambassador. And I made the mistake and like mapped out and outlined like 32 or 30 something steps to the course. And then I got to about step 12, like creating all the training. And each step is like in and of itself, like its own course, because they're very long training sessions. But I got to step 12 and then I deleted the rest of I realized like this is a good place to stop, because the rest of the training that I can be doing, instead of just putting it all in the brand ambassador course, it can be more generalized training, because I'm going to be showing personally, like going onto Facebook and doing organic posts and doing all the things that you can do once you have your brand ambassador website, like what to do from that point on. So all the training is going to come in the form of these daily live streams that I'm doing, but I'm going to be doing them in a way where I'm going to be saying, if you're a brand ambassador, and let's say you're promoting your product as a brand ambassador, here's how you would go about doing this. If you're doing your own product, here's how you go about doing this. So I'm not having to create like the same training for a bunch of different examples, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's all in the live streams coming up. Pay says, thanks, I'll check it out. You're very welcome. Steve says, thank you. Great answer as usual. You're very, very welcome. Magnus is giving a big shout out to Gary. Says, many thanks. Excellent link. Kat says, great link. Gary, Eagle Eyes. 10 plus again. Thank you very much, Steve. Great. That was it. Thanks, Chris. You're welcome, Liz. Cool. So that was all the questions that came in through the live chat today. So that really concludes today's live stream, and we're right about an hour, which is kind of where I like to stay for all of these. So what I'm going to do is I'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 1 p.m. Central Time, to do, what are we on, day 25 of the One Funnel Away Challenge. So come back if you want to come back and kind of see my notes and my take on what day 25 is all about. And as far as like seeing step by step how to do what was talked about today on the One Funnel Away Challenge, just go look at the one pager that I put a link to inside of Alphapreneur for you to look at, because that one pager, there's Rachel gave you a very specific step-by-step video on how she goes about putting pixels on pages and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to actually see tactically how to do the stuff that I gave you my notes on today, that's all in a video in the one pager. So you're not being left behind, or if you feel like you're left behind or you're confused, all the tactical training is going to be in videos in the one pager. So go there if you need help there. And then again, once this One Funnel Away Challenge is over, I feel, and I talked about this yesterday, I feel like right now, as we're going through this One Funnel Away Challenge, and I'm committing to going live Monday through Friday on YouTube, I feel like right now, like I'm like this, I don't know, like a pit bull, and I've got like, I'm just shackled. I've got like all of my arms and legs and everything just like chained down right now going through this challenge, because all I can really kind of talk about on each of these days, I'm just want to keep it focused to just what today's session was about. But there's so much that I want to be sharing with you, and so many things and so many tips and so many like secrets that I have, and just things that I can do and share with you that's going to just help you in so many ways, in the format of doing my own live streams, where it's just like all my chains and shackles are just like broke off, and then I can just like go as fast as I can on YouTube with live streams. That's what I'm going to be doing when this One Funnel Away Challenge is over. So we're on day 24, so we're so close. But when it's over, that's I'm still going to continue going live every day. I'm going to probably still stick with going live every day at 1 p.m. Central, because that's kind of the time that's worked for everyone. But there's just so much to come. And then all of these live streams too are all going to be free all the time. And then the whole benefit and purpose of these live streams is every day, including today, the stuff I teach, I'm teaching you and giving you everything you need to know to go off and go do it on your own. But if you need help along the way, or you need support, or you want someone by your side to give you personal feedback and suggestions, that's where all these live streams I'm going to be doing, they're going to be also sitting inside of Alphapreneur. And then there's going to be a comment thread below all the videos. So then like when I talk about how to do something specific, like how to run ads on Pinterest, and if you want me to critique your ads or anything, you can go post those inside the community, and that's where you'll get my personal help and feedback and support, and everybody else inside of Alphapreneur. So I'm going to be teaching everything for free forever. And then if you want help and support, that's where Alphapreneur and the community comes in. So that is, Spin says, please continue the Monday through Friday live calls. I'm going to keep showing up. As long as you all keep showing up, I'm going to keep showing up as well. And thank you for, I've realized yesterday I forgot to ask for the ratings on the live stream. And this is something I always like to do, is just for people that are watching this, just what did you think of this session, like on a 1 to 10 scale. So thank you for those of you that are still giving me your ratings, even though I didn't ask for it. So thank you, Sven, for the 10 plus. Thank you, Sue, for a 10 plus. Don't forget to hit like. Thank you for mentioning that, Sue. Yeah, if you're watching this video, if you haven't hit liked, and if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, if you haven't turned on notifications on YouTube after subscribing, all three of those things, that's like the perfect trifecta. It's like a tripod. If you do all three of those things, that's YouTube basically saying, hey, this guy's video content is good, because when people are watching this video, they are subscribing, or people that watch his videos also subscribe, or people that watch his videos like his videos. Like all those little things that you do is just going to help me be able to help more people in the world. So it's like, by you doing that kind of stuff, is you're essentially helping a lot of people by doing that, because my videos are going to be seen by more. And everything I do is free. I'm not pitching anything in these videos other than if you want to join Alphapreneur in the community, but it's not a hard pitch. It's there if you want to join. So let's take a look here. Secrets on the inside of Alpha. Yeah, there's a lot of secrets going on in there that I don't talk about on the live streams. Gary 10 for yesterday too. Thank you, 10. Magnus, Pay 10 plus, Cat 10 plus, Marvin 10. Daryl, thank you for being here. 10. I haven't seen you pop in earlier, so I'm glad you're here, Daryl. Thank you for showing up. And 10 plus as usual. Thank you for all you do, June. Thank you for being here. Hitting like and subscribing is a way we can thank Chris for what he's doing. Thank you so much for saying that. Sue, you're 100% correct. And also, joining Alphapreneur is a way you can thank me as well, because that is my only business. I don't have anything else going on anymore. I didn't shut everything down, but I pressed the pause button on everything, which my accountant is still gets on my back on. We get on these monthly calls, and he's like, "Why did you shut all this other stuff off?" It's like, because so I could just stay focused on like helping people and helping entrepreneurs and building the a community and doing what I'm doing with Alphapreneurs. So yeah, that's everything I'm doing is all for you right now. So thank you all for being here, and I'll be back again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central to see what day 25 is all about for the One Funnel Away Challenge. See you tomorrow.